Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson. Republicans cheered on the president as he made his way through the crowd at tonight's RNC in Milwaukee. And today, a new name was announced on the Republican ticket. Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio is Trump's running mate. We have team coverage here for you tonight. Mahsa Saeidi has the latest on the investigation into the Trump assassination attempt. Dick Brennan has the call for unity tonight from President Biden. Let's begin with Natalie Brand. She's live in Milwaukee for day one of the Republican National Convention. Natalie.
Hi, Christine. RNC delegates describe an emotional day and evening, especially being here tonight on the convention floor to see that first public appearance by the former president since Saturday's attempted assassination. I spoke to one delegate from New York who told me that she believes this will motivate Republicans even more.
With his ear bandaged, former President Donald Trump made a surprise appearance on night one of the RNC, once again pumping his fist in the air. Earlier, he announced Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his presidential running mate after months of suspense and speculation.
I love that J.D. is young. You know, my father built Trump Tower at 37. You can be young and accomplished.
Vance was a harsh critic of Trump during his White House run back in 2016, but now he's one of his most vocal defenders in Congress. He's also known for his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, about growing up in poverty. What does he bring to the ticket?
He understands what working people go through from his background, and he will be a tremendous advocate for Donald Trump and Donald Trump's agenda.
Monday night session is focused on the economy, with speakers ranging from lawmakers to everyday Americans, including this single mother.
I know Americans can relate when I say that every time I fill up my gas tank, go to the grocery store, and try to pay the bills, I think, who doesn't miss the Trump days?
Monday's keynote speaker is Teamsters Union Chief Sean O'Brien.
Everyday families see it. The American people aren't stupid. They know the system is broken. We all know how Washington is run. Working people have no chance of winning this fight.
Earlier Monday, delegates made Trump's nomination official with the roll call of states. Supporters still processing Saturday's shooting.
They tried to assassinate him, and he's still coming back fighting.
Delegates say this week they want to hear a message of unity.
Now back here live, a New York man was among the featured speakers tonight. Bobby Bartels Jr., a union member who said that he was a lifelong Democrat who now supports Trump. As for tomorrow, the theme of tomorrow's day two of this convention is safety. Christine.
Natalie Brand live in Milwaukee for us tonight. Natalie, thank you for that update. In the meantime, CBS News will have live coverage of the RNC until it ends on Thursday. We'll bring it to you right here on CBS 2 beginning at 10 p.m. President Biden is defending his rhetoric tonight in the wake of the assassination attempt of former President Trump. CBS 2's Dick Brennan has more on what the president had to say in a new interview tonight. Dick.
Well, Christine, Mr. Biden seemed testy at times, insisting that despite what he called his very bad debate night, that the media didn't call out former President Trump's lies. But he first addressed the attempted assassination of Mr. Trump and described the phone call he made to him afterwards.
I told him how concerned I was and wanted to make sure I knew how he was actually doing. He sounded good. He said he was fine, and he thanked me for calling him.
President Biden was asked about the heated rhetoric of the campaign and that he once said it was time to put Trump in the bullseye.
It was a mistake to use the word. I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on him. Focus on what he's doing. Focus on his policies. Focus on the number of lies he told in the debate.
But the president did not back off from continuing his criticisms of Trump while objecting to what he's seen on the campaign trail.
Big Trump signs with middle signs saying F Biden, and the little kid standing there putting up his middle finger. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that is just inflammatory and a kind of viciousness.
Biden insisted he's not leaving the presidential race despite his disastrous debate performance and said there was not a wide polling gap between him and Trump. He was asked, who does he listen to on deeply personal issues like running again?
Me. Look, I've been doing this a long time. The idea that I'm the old guy, I am. I'm old. But I'm only 3 years older than Trump, number one. And number two, my mental acuity's been pretty damn good. I've gotten more done than any president has in a long, long time, in 3.5 years.
And Biden praised the Secret Service workers whom he said helped save lives in the aftermath of the assassination attempt. And he says there will be a full independent investigation into what happened. Christine.
Okay, Dick, thank you. And we're learning some new details about the security failure leading to that assassination attempt on Trump's life. Today, the FBI went back to the roof of the building where the shooter opened fire. And CBS News confirms snipers were inside the building at the time. Their directive was to look out from the windows toward the Trump rally. But at least one of the snipers got a glimpse of the shooter, even taking a picture of him. CBS 2 investigative reporter Mahsa Saeidi live for us in Butler, Pennsylvania, with more new information tonight. Mahsa?
Christine, we're also learning more about the man who opened fire here. On Friday, he went to the gun range. On the morning of this attempted assassination, he purchased 50 rounds of ammo. Now, infamous video shows Thomas Matthew Crooks on a roof, his semi-automatic rifle pointed towards former President Donald Trump. Now, stunning information. At that moment, according to a law enforcement source with direct knowledge, there were 3 municipal snipers inside the building. The source says from inside, the snipers saw Crooks with a rangefinder, then a backpack. They called the command post, but before backup arrived, Crooks made it onto the roof. The 20-year-old fired 6 to 8 shots, grazing the president's ear. Retired Fire Chief Corey Comparatori was fatally shot. John Abel witnessed it all from the stands.
When I looked up, I saw blood on the podium, and I knew immediately, and it still doesn't make sense to me how they allowed this to happen at all.
Now, CBS News has confirmed the Secret Service did not sweep the building the shooter used. In an interview with ABC News, Director Kim Cheadle took responsibility.
The buck stops with me. I am the director of the Secret Service. It was unacceptable, and it's something that shouldn't happen again.
But the director said she's not stepping down. Former Secret Service agent Ron Layton says typically local and state officers would be in charge of the perimeter, but they would need clear direction from the Secret Service, and it's unknown if they got it.
He shouldn't have had access to the roof.
There's going to be finger pointing starting now until whenever, until all the facts come out.
Butler County Sheriff Michael Sloop admits officers had a meeting with the Secret Service, but the sheriff says he couldn't remember the building being discussed.
Was that not discussed?
I don't remember that as part of the conversation. It wasn't part of our pre-plan.
Meantime, new details from the hospital where Mr. Trump was treated. We've learned for 3 hours, Butler Memorial went into lockdown. Ambulances rerouted.
No doubt it's in the back of everybody's mind who this person is, but you know, they do what they do best, and that's to focus on the patient right in front of them.
And we are told that the family is still cooperating after this assassination attempt. We've learned today that the father contacted police. Christine, the FBI also cracked into the shooter's phone, but unfortunately, we are no closer to knowing a motive tonight.
Regarding the gun that was used, Mahsa, what level of training is required to fire a weapon like that?
Well, it's a tough shot. A firearms expert tells CBS that this man was either lucky or he practiced a lot. He was likely rushed as well. We know that people saw him. People were yelling. That may have been why his shot was not more accurate.
Mahsa Saeidi, live in Butler, Pennsylvania. Mahsa, thank you. The classified documents case against former President Trump has been thrown out of court. Tonight, special counsel Jack Smith's office says that they will appeal. Smith was prosecuting the former president on 37 counts in connections to documents held at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. But today, a federal judge in Florida dismissed the case, siding with defense lawyers who said Smith was illegally appointed by the Justice Department.